Having a good time out there?
I love L.A.
Hey.
I love L.A.
Stop. Wait, stop that music. Stop that music. Hold. I don't love L.A. I don't love L.A. I got an L.A. cap on, but I don't love L.A. Now, let me tell you why I don't love L.A. Because L.A. is a city of flash, cash, and trash. That's why I don't love L.A. Now, L.A., let me tell you about L.A. I like Venice Beach. I like Beverly Hills, but I don't like the Lakers. Can anybody else don't like the Lakers out here? Thank you very much. They done broke the Blazers' heart so many times. But you know who I like worse than the Lakers? I hate the Clippers worse than I hate the Lakers. Now let me tell you why I hate the Clippers. Now this is serious. My brother's in the house over here, and when we were living in Compton in LA, the Clippers came to town. And they were so bad that somebody broke into his car and left him 2 tickets to a Clipper basketball game. And I felt bad for him, so I said, come on, Joe, we gonna go to the game. So I went and bought 2 Clipper jerseys and got one for him, one for me, and we got to the game. Nobody was there, so we were sitting in the front row. By halftime, everybody was gone, so we were sitting at the end of the bench. And at one point, the game got so bad, the coach looked out on the bench, and he looked down there, and he said, get in the game. And he put me in the game. I got in the game. I ain't lying. And you know when a brother say he ain't lying, he about to tell you a lie. But I ain't lying. I ain't lying. He put me in the game. I had 10 points, 15 rebounds. And he said, can you come back next week? He said, we don't have a shoe contract, but I got a $10 coupon to Foot Locker. And you go down and get you a pair of tennis shoes and come back and play with us. I ain't lying. But you know what? How many of y'all know that show, Beverly Hills 92010? Now, wait a minute. Now, y'all about to learn something here. This brother right here, he's from Compton. Mario, what was your zip code in Compton?
90210.
90210. See, he's trying to pretend he's from Beverly Hills. The zip code in Compton was 90220. We was 1 digit off. We was almost Beverly Hills, but we missed it by 1 digit. But I ain't ashamed. That brother there, he went to Compton High School with me. He went to Compton High. He was a student body president. 2,500 students. That's like being the mayor of a small city up here. But the thing about Compton compared to Portland, I love Portland. I love Portland. But the thing about Compton, Compton is so different. Mario took me to church one time in Compton. And when people come to Highland, what do we say to them? You in the right place. Thank you. Now, Mario took me to Compton, took me to church in Compton. When you go to church there, people be mean mugging you. People be in there looking like they're gonna rob you. They walk in the door, they ask you what you want. And I'm talking about the pastor now. That's what I'm talking about. And the other thing I don't like about, well, when you think about LA and Portland, like when we grew up in LA and Compton, you know, we had dogs, but we didn't treat our dogs the way people here treat their dogs. People buy clothes for their dogs. They take their dogs out to walk. And I remember in the summertime, they give their dogs ice cubes in their water. Now, in Compton, if you had a dog, you didn't take him out for a walk. You just opened the gate and let him out. And if he came back, he was your dog. If he didn't come back, he was somebody else's dog. You go get another one. You know, that's basic. That's basic. But let me tell you, one of the things, when I moved up here from Compton, my family used to say, Baruti, what you doing up in Oregon? You know we from the city. We know about street lights, asphalts, and we know how to deal, but we don't know nothing about them rolling hills in the country. And so when I came up here, I was a little tense. And so Brother John Lampkin, where's he at? Y'all can't miss him with that pink hat he got on. Where he at? There he is. There he is. Give him a hand. Give John a hand. Brother's been working hard. He's been working hard to make this happen. Thank you, brother. But let me just tell you this last piece real quick. I'm going to wrap up because I got to get out of here. They told me I just had a few minutes. I'm going to tell you what John did and J.L. Hamlin. Where's J.L.? I saw him running around here too. Well, I came up here and they told me, said, Brother Baruti, you too uptight. You need to learn how to hunt and fish and try to relax and enjoy the Oregon countryside. And I'm like, well, I'm not really into that. So one Saturday morning, they pulled up to my house, 5:30 a.m. in a pickup truck with a gun rack in it. They had on cowboy boots and cowboy hats, and that's where I got this hat from. And they gave me this hat. They said, jump in the truck, we going hunting. We started driving, we went way up the Estacada, way out there, and I'm sitting there, and what really got me, they were listening to country music on the radio. And I'm thinking, this is a long ways from Compton. And when we get out there to the field, when we get out there, and we drive, and I'm wondering, well, how we gonna find a deer? You know, I ain't never done this. How we gonna find a deer? They said, we just drive till we see a deer, then we stop and start shooting. And we driving, and we see this deer run across this field, and Johnny pull over, and he said, we gonna hunt right here. And there was an old man on a tractor. He said, Baruti, run over there and ask that old man if we can hunt on his property. And I say, is that what y'all do? He said, yeah. So I get out the truck, and he and JL, they there just listen to that country music, and I'm walking thinking, I don't know about this. I just don't know. So I went up and said, sir, my friends and I want to know if we can hunt on your property. We saw a deer run through the field. The old man said, well, son, I don't normally let people hunt on my property, but I tell you what, if you do me one big favor, you see that old gray mule over there? I done had that mule for over 20 years, and that mule is hurting and old and needs to be put out of his misery. So if you do me one favor, put that mule out of his misery, and you can hunt on my property. And I went, oh my God. And so I turned around, started walking back to the truck, and somebody started talking to me. It might have been the devil. And they said, this is your chance to get back at JL and Johnny. And I walked up to the pickup truck, and I said, they said, what did he say? What did he say? I said, that old man said we can't hunt on his property. You know what? I'm from Compton. I ain't taking this. Give me that gun. I grabbed that gun out the gun rack. I turned around. I went over there. Boom! I shot the mule. Boom! The mule hit the ground. JL and Johnny, Baruti, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And I'm standing there and I'm just laughing. It was so funny. And then all of a sudden I heard boom, boom. And I turned around and JL and Johnny said, come on, Baruti. We shot 2 of his cows too. Let's get out of here. I am Baruti Arthartee from 153rd Street, straight out of Compton, and I ain't lying. I ain't lying. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. All the honor to God.
LA, I love LA.
Oh, come on, put your hands together for Baruti Arthartee.